Mula sa isang abogado sa kanyang Facebook page, ilang araw ang nakakalipas ay nagbigay nga ng opinyon o saloobin si Attorney Joel Rodriguez Dizon. Ito'y hinggil pa rin sa feud ng family Yulo, especially itong si Carlos Yulo sa kanyang ina na si Mrs. Angelica Yulo kaugnay ang girlfriend nitong si Chloe San Jose. Sa kanyang post, ani Attorney Joel, although I have written scores of articles about the long-running public feud between Carlos Yulo and his mother, I have generally refrained from naming his girlfriend Chloe San Jose until now because I considered her irrelevant. Even Paul McCartney, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr ignored Yoko Ono. At first, John Lennon was madly in love with a woman who was the first outsider to gate crash recording session of the Beatles, causing no small amount of friction among the band members. This eventually led to the breakup of the Beatles on April 10, 1970, something totally pissed Paul McCartney saw fit to formally announce at the press conference. People close to John Lennon couldn't believe what they were witnessing. A perennially stoned John Lennon painfully and slowly morphing into this strange new persona that was a mere empty shell of his old Beatles self. Yoko Ono arranged a sneak peek with showbiz media, privileging with a vaunted exclusive view of her and John Lennon. Wearing pajamas sounds familiar, lying in bed inside their luxurious New York condo with a view and preaching a new world order of love, love, love. Yoko Ono was no music mogul by any stretch. She couldn't sing a musical note in any key and couldn't keep time if she had a grandfather clock hanging on her neck. She couldn't scream unintelligible haunting screeches of an owl that's just been spayed and tried to pass them off as nouveau arte. And wouldn't you know it, some musical illiterates of the 70s totally embraced this psychedelic aberration and considered it music. Of course, this was the 70s, and in the purple haze of many people's brains, you could rattle a Chinese wind chime and call it music. Some experts attribute this to the John Lennon King Midas factor. After more than a decade of enthralling a global audience with the radically syncopated beats of the newly emerging rock and roll ethos, John Lennon achieved King Midas, anointing level anything he touched turned into gold. Not Olympic gold, but no less rubbish. John's good gold consisted of millions of this round vinyl discs with deep etches on them that carried the encoded vibrations destined to become the soundtrack of many people's lives. In the 1980s, one would say Whitney Houston could sing the phone book and it would sell 1 million copies. In the heydays of the Beatles, those for British mop tops could literally fart and it would go multiple platinum on the musical charts. Something that short is happening to Carlos Yulo today. I was deeply disappointed when ASAP lavished him that welcome fit for a returning messiah just because he won 2 gold medals at an Olympic Games we only hear about every 4 years anyway. I wasn't sure if Gary V was welcoming Carlos Yulo or Jesus Christ. The way he gushed and blushed about him in concert with Martin Rivera, Ogie Alcacid, and Asia's aging songbird Regine Velasquez. But that's ABS-CBN for you. Masters of growing pop culture phenomena in a Pedri dish, just like they did with the overrated Beanie Girls. That Pinoy K-pop wannabe group howling tons of profit to shore up the foundering Lopez media empire. Carlos Yulo is not his own overachiever. He is the creation of an overachieving Philippine showbiz media, fighting to stay relevant in this digital age when every battle for the public's attention is shifting to social media platforms. Tell me, do you really mind if ABS-CBN never got its franchise back again? I really don't. And the way it overdressed this Carlo Yulo thing proves my point. Unfortunately, John assassin Mark David Chapman ended Yoko Ono's Earthbound Nirvana on December 8, 1980. Fortunately for her, though John and she are legally married a year earlier. Yan nga ang naging pahayag ng isang abogado kung saan ay kinumpira niya ang love story nila Chloe San Jose at nitong si Carlos Yulo dito kay John Lennon at Yoko Ono, na kung saan ay nabago ng lahat ang pag-iibigan dahil nung pumasok si Yoko Ono sa nasabi nga pong bandang The Beatles ay doon na nga na-disband ang nagkawatak-watak ang nasabing grupo dahil sa pagiging in love nga ni John Lennon. Kumbaga sa dating John Lennon ay naiba na nga daw ang ugali nito dahil sa nasabi nga pong impluensya ng girlfriend na si Yoko Ono, kung saan iyan na nga ang nakikita ng abogado kay Kaloy at kay Carlos at kay Chloe, na kung saan ay napakalaki nga daw ng impluensyang nagagawa ngayon ni Chloe San Jose kay Carlos Yulo, na dumadating sa point na hindi na iniisip pa ni Carlos kung tama o mali pa ba ang pinagagagawa nila dahil sa pag-ibig. Well, mahaba pa ang nasabing kwento ng abogado, pero yan ang pinaka tinutumbok ng nasabing pahayag nito. Yan ang ating showbiz snap update. Thank you for watching. Images are all credit to the rightful owners.